Welcome in to Hit That Line, Week 11, Legal Gambling Counsel here. I'm your host, Zach Berry. Welcome in. We got Ben Woodhouse, Austin Gray. We were waiting on Nick, so I apologize for the late start. He is still not here. He said he will be here shortly. But we're here. Gentlemen, it was it was okay. Lackluster. I don't know if it was lackluster. Ben was on a damn heater last week, went undefeated in his picks. I'm trying to see. We did hit a money line. We got NC State. We hit that one. That's about it, though. We missed Cal. Wake didn't get it done. We did have one
blitzed.
Yeah, we did have one push with Minnesota.
Yeah, we were fortunate to get the push.
We were, and I don't know, man. I felt okay last week about our picks. Man, the one that I felt like we just absolutely completely whiffed was Tennessee. I did not expect that.
No, I didn't see that coming at all. Which looked good for the reps. Good for the reps.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Good for Ole Miss. That win looks better. Joey Aguilar forgot how to play football.
Which look, that was always the concern. Him facing a good defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
OU has a good defense. We lit them up because we are a very good offense, but Aguilar struggled.
I mean, he arm punted. At least two of the three picks were arm punts. Sometimes it doesn't work when it's, hey, fucking Chris Brazel's down there somewhere. Sometimes it doesn't always work. But yeah, if you're an Ole Miss fan, you're fired up because it makes the win look better. Sure. Especially because Oklahoma went on the road too. They got that dub. That's what I was shocked that Oklahoma went into Neyland and got that win. But
they're good on defense.
Still didn't look. Yeah, right. They're great on defense. But Tier Steele didn't look. He didn't look great.
No,
but he was good enough. He was better than Aguilar, and that's what mattered.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think we're not giving them enough credit because I think Ole Miss just played really good on offense. And Norman,
very executed. Defense played great.
Yeah.
And maybe Ole Miss is better than what we've given Ole Miss credit for being this year. Not that we've not given Ole Miss credit, but controlling the game as Oklahoma like Ole Miss did, other than the blip in the third quarter, and then Oklahoma going in transit property, this and that, but still going on the road to beat Tennessee, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Especially who did Tennessee play the week before?
Kentucky.
Yeah, so they had a bit of a runway to prepare
for Kentucky. Yeah.
Oklahoma, whereas Oklahoma had to deal with us.
Mm-hmm.
So
and I think also for good reason, because the defense was bad. But I think a lot of people immediately checked out on the defense after the Georgia game. And last 2 weeks, Oklahoma and South Carolina, the defense has shown up and played extremely well. You get a week this week against the Citadel to essentially get healthy. I would like to see a lot of Austin Simmons. I'd like to see a lot of AJ Maddox, some Chicago Mills Knight. If you're an Ole Miss fan, that's what you want. You don't want Trinidad and Keywan Lacey out there very long. Now,
I don't want Keywan Lacey out there a snap.
Yeah, well, yeah.
What about Daquan Wright's comments?
That was great. I like that.
What is that?
Basically, said we're going to beat this shit out of Citadel. I mean, he was like, we need to show them we're not messing around, that they don't deserve to be on the field with us. We're going to destroy them. I mean, that's pretty close to the actual quote.
Wow. I think, like we've said, I think he's one of our best two players.
Groups, I guess. I mean, essentially, the quote was like, we need to make a statement to the country that we're a legitimate team. I think the words were like, we want an ass beating. Like we want to give them an ass beating or something. But
good Lord.
I don't know about you guys. We don't have to break down the Citadel. The line is what, 56.5?
Oh, I haven't even seen a line.
It's like mid 50s. It's only on a couple books. I'm not doing either one. We don't have to break it down.
If you wanted to even do something remotely relevant to that game, it would be the under, because I think the total is like 60 something. Ole Miss wins, I don't know, 52-0. Still, I don't know.
Man.
So
Dude, in these games, Stephen pours it on. Like
FanDuel, what is that? Fan-sided and Vegas Insider have it at 54.5. The total is what just happened? Nope, I don't want to look
I
at
would think 60.5.
It's in
61.
the 60s. Nick, hello, good evening, welcome. Why is this not? Okay, it doesn't matter. I wouldn't touch it because you're liable to Ole Miss to put up 50 on its own, and then maybe the Citadel gets 10 points, gets 7 points, and then you get a late.
Yeah. No, the chat says we're going to put up 70. It's hard to disagree. I mean, we've done that before against these teams. Get into like
76 nothing last year.
Yeah,
73-7 the year before against Mercer.
I would be very, very surprised if Citadel got 10. But our defense played poorly, unless it's like a pick six on like a tip pass.
They're not scoring.
No. Be very surprised if they crossed the 50. Not exaggerating. They're that bad.
Yeah, they're not going to get it. I mean, like
4 and 5.
Not realistically inside the 30. The only thing I'll say, Austin, you said we do this to teams. I agree. I just told you, right? It was 76-7 or 76-0, and then 73-7. But those were early in the season, right? Those were both in week 2. One might have been in week 1. One was in week 2. Another time we beat Central Arkansas 56-14 in week 2. Maybe we don't score 76 in week 11. Maybe or week 10. That's my only thing is like.
But we talked about this earlier in the year with a blowout game or potential for a blowout game. What if you put Simmons in and you run the offense?
Well, no, you're right there.
I mean, you have what everybody expected to be a legitimate frontline SEC starter as your backup right now. You're not going to let him throw the ball?
Yeah, you're right.
The issue, that's right. The issue with us is we don't have a jumbo package where you just run it up the gut every time. But even if you do against Citadel and you've got, Lacey out of the game and you're running, name any of the other backs, they're not going to not run hard.
Oh, yeah, right.
No, Chicago Mills Knight gets the ball, he's going to try to score.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. And even if AJ Maddox comes in, he's running the offense and he can spin it. So, other people on the team want to score too.
And look, I'd like to see some of the young pups on the defensive line get some run. I mean, we've put a lot of mileage on the starters this year.
We have
4 or 5 guys, 6 guys. I'd like to see some of the young Mississippi kids get in, Rush, Beavers, namely. See what they've got. Maybe play some backup linebackers.
DJ Holmes.
I know nothing about Citadel. I'm assuming they run the
Andrew
option
Maddox.
or like some form of the veer. Is that what they're?
I have no idea.
I mean, this direction, I would think it's kind of like a
lost
service
to
academy.
Furman and Western Carolina.
They've got multiple games. They've got 3 games where they've passed for more than 155 yards. So I don't. My point. It's not to say they're good. My point is to say I don't know that they do run the option. Right. Their high rush total is. It's been a quarterback a couple times. It's only been over 100 twice this season. I don't know.
I bet
for the
they're
record,
under center, and I bet they're sending guys in motion at the
probably.
Yeah,
they played North Dakota State to open the season. Their quarterback was 1 for 3 for 14 yards.
There you go.
That was it. Like that's the.
So he averaged 14 yards of completion, is what you're telling me.
He did, and their backup average 8 yards completion is pretty good. He was 1 for 3 as well for 80 yards. So
what was that?
It's like a high school quarterback. Like I was watching Craig Tutt last week, the Ole Miss commit over. He plays at Oakland in Murfreesboro, and they played Riverdale's cross-town rivalry. And the player of the game was the Oakland quarterback. He was 2 for 3 for like 20 yards, and then he had like 59 yards rushing and a touchdown. That's like real throwback Air Force quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Like Chance Harridge, Air Force.
What a pull.
Yeah. So Ole Miss is going to score a lot of points. It's going to be a nice day, I presume. I haven't looked at the weather, but I imagine it'll be nice.
It's like 70 and sunny.
nice for people to go to a game they don't normally get to go to. Good warm up for next week. All right, let's get into the games. We'll start on Friday. Let's get into this Tulane Memphis game. I see a lot of people picking Tulane in this game. I'm not locking it in yet. I may come
Zach's
back.
not going to pick against his boy Silverfield.
Silverfield, there's no way.
We know he's not. Yeah, of course he's not going to lock it in, but he wants to.
That's Florida's next coach, bro.
No, that's Jed Fish.
It's our next coach.
But okay, so what am I missing here? Because Tulane got absolutely destroyed last week. I know UTSA doesn't lose at home, but Retzlaff looked terrible. He got benched.
Bad. Yep.
How's he going to respond? Are they going to play the backup? Are they going to play him? I don't know. I know Summerall's a damn good coach, but is he already looking to the inbox to wait on, a PDF to come through? And Memphis is pretty good. Like, it's not like, I know we make the Silverfield jokes, but I mean, it's a good team.
No, they're good.
No, I mean, they should be 9-0 if they didn't fall asleep against UAB.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. This kind of feels like it should be. You should pick Tulane, but I don't know, man.
I feel the
Last
same
week
way.
had to have messed with them.
You just know how this goes, though. Again, if you gamble for any amount of time, you know how this goes. The team gets embarrassed, gets their ass whipped on TV in a prime time spot. They're a well coached team with, is Memphis's talent all that much better than Tulane's? Maybe a little bit, but up and down the roster, I wouldn't think there's significant talent edge. It's just one of those spots where it feels like Tulane rallies the troops and they make it again. I don't know if they win. 6 feels a little high for me. I'm not touching it, but I think they're going to make it. They're going to make it a game. It's not going to look like last week. I'd be stunned if it did.
It's not at 6. It's 3.5.
Yeah, I was going to say it's 3.5. Might have opened at 6.
It did, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
okay,
it's come down.
Well, so that tells you that in and of itself, I think, tells a story. That's pretty solid action in one
A lot of
direction.
money coming in.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I'm not saying Tulane can't win, obviously, but it's one of those weird feelings where I feel like everybody's on Tulane and then Memphis takes care of business at home.
Is Memphis's quarterback healthy?
I believe so. I believe he played last week.
Okay.
Against who'd they play? Rice, Nick? Yeah, they played Rice.
Yeah.
And that was a good spot for them to lay an egg, look ahead to Tulane. They won 38-14. Yeah, I'm pulling it up here. Yeah, he played last week. Brendan Lewis threw for 225, ran for 87 and a score. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be kind of like Memphis's biggest game of the year. They got Navy to close out the year, but I mean, this is it. Like, you probably feel good about Navy at home to close out. Like, this is your game to prove you're a G5 college football playoff contender.
I just think that, like, in the last week, the Tulane UTSA game just got away from Tulane before it was. I don't know that the score fully tells a story. Now, you still have to turn the ball over, but there were 4 turnovers. So, I'm not saying that Tulane wins it without that because UTSA caused the turnovers. So that's part of the game. But
sure,
I think that like, if you just play that normally, maybe Tulane loses by 5 or 6. And if they lose by that, what's the line here? Does it change at all? And so this is a stay away for me, man. Like, I can't pick this one. I think that the talent
red
levels
zone
are
too,
very,
a few times.
What'd you say, Austin?
They stalled out in the red zone a few times too. So they left, no points and a couple turnovers. I mean, they did not deserve to win. Let's be clear. They got their asses kicked, but the score would have been a little more respectable had they converted some of those 4th and goals.
I mean, you throw 3 picks and fumble and, turn the ball over in the red zone. Look at the Ole Miss and Washington State game. Somebody texted me who wasn't watching. They're like, how is this only 3 points? I'm like, well, Ole Miss drove down to inside the 5 and turned the ball over. Then Ole Miss went down and missed a field goal. Well, and now you're in a 4th quarter game with a team that you're 35 points better than.
Yeah. Turned it over as well, right? We turned it over near field goal territory.
Yeah.
We should have touched on the rankings, Zach. Chad's asking if BYU wins, do they jump the Rebs?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But maybe.
I don't either, because you look at the rankings, like Ole Miss is right there behind Georgia. Georgia has the head-to-head. And like we had somebody on the show earlier this morning ask if Oklahoma beats Alabama, would Oklahoma jump Ole Miss? No, because Ole Miss has the head-to-head.
Yeah.
As long as Ole Miss has one loss, that's not happening. I don't think BYU would jump Ole Miss. I also think BYU
I disagree.
Yeah, I'm with Nick.
I mean, I think they put them there. I think they put them there perfectly so that they could say, Ole Miss number 6 right now. We got the SEC bunched in there 4-6, and we got the two Big 12s here. How do we fix what we don't really know about what the Big 12 team goes? We'll just put the winner. We'll bump them up a spot, right? We'll bump them up above Ole Miss. I don't think they'll go to above Georgia, but it's an easy fix after a week, right? I will say, though, looking at the simulated BCS rankings, these follow so closely. I think the first 11 are the exact same. There's no teams off by more than 2 spots throughout the top 25. I mean, they listen to some analytics. And I know people say like, oh, they're not really talking about what they're doing and stuff, but you can pretty clearly see they use a lot of computer rankings in these things. And I think they'll probably bump the winner of that game. The positive is they're going to play again in a few weeks. So if one team wins both games, that team will be ahead of us. It's just how it's going to be. But I don't think that we can fall a whole lot just because of those rankings.
Their resume would not be better than ours.
Well, I mean, if BYU's unbeaten and picks up 2 top 12 wins, it'd be hard to say it's not, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if this will be an issue, because I think Texas Tech is winning this weekend.
Well,
I don't know that Ole Miss's resume is any worse. Go ahead,
man.
It's not worse than Bama's. I mean,
it's not. Our resume is not worse than Bama's.
If we're counting losses, right? The problem is that you have this hierarchy perfectly. Like Bama's not falling below Georgia because they beat them, and they kind of said this last year. We talked a little bit about that. We were always going to get in ahead of Georgia if we needed to because we had beaten them. Bama's not falling below Georgia. Georgia's not falling below us. So there's almost no way we could jump Bama unless they have a second loss. Which I guess they could.
I was going to say BYU's got 3 more losses coming. They've got Tech, TCU, and at Cincinnati. They're going to lose.
TCU any good?
Yeah, they're good enough to beat BYU at home.
Oh, it's in.
Okay. Hold on. No, hold on. Wait. Let me check. It's at Provo, huh? Yeah, it's at Provo.
So they can't all be on the road.
And I think this weekend BYU's freshman quarterback is going to get.
It's a 10-point line too. Is it 10?
People keep saying that though. Is it that big, the line?
Last week,
10.5.
They have a 37% win expectancy on the road at Iowa State and somehow pull that one out of their ass.
I mean, that was.
They can't keep getting away with this.
Lock me in. I'm laying on Texas Tech.
I'm considering locking in BYU. 10 points?
No, I'm locking in. I'm locking in Texas Tech.
Yeah, okay. That's 3 of us.
Triple lock.
3v1 here, Nick.
This is like anti-Mormonism is what this is at this point.
No, this is your quarterback wears number 47 like an idiot. He doesn't deserve.
His name's Bear.
This is like the perfect storm of think about, and this is unfair of me to say against our team, but Ole Miss is playing really, really good, but sort of overrated. And a couple of years ago, and still a really good team, but we met Georgia when they were just now getting healthy and they blew us out. But we were ranked higher than Georgia. That's what's about. I mean, I'm not saying Tech's going to do that to BYU, but this is that scenario where the more talented team is the lower ranked team and has every reason in the world to get up for them. That they are going to destroy.
I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah,
I agree with what you're saying, but
I'm not saying it's going to be as extreme as what Georgia did to Ole Miss. I'm just saying,
now Texas Tech is Georgia.
No,
like the team that lost to Arizona State.
They've got a better pass rusher than Georgia does this year.
Well, yeah, they
got like 3 better pass rushers than Georgia.
Yeah. I mean, you saw what Tech did to K-State last week, right? What do you make?
I saw what Tech did to A-State 2 weeks ago.
Man, I'm speaking of that. I'm so glad we didn't touch that game last week.
Oh,
There were people that were like, "Hey, maybe K-State's figured it out." Nope.
I'll tell you this: if BYU does go to Texas Tech and wins, then they're a little bit more legit than like they may be deserving of the top 6 or 7 ranking.
Yeah,
and
I agree completely. Yeah.
You get the excuse of like, well, Ole Miss only played the Citadel, so like maybe BYU jumps Ole Miss for 1 week.
I mean, it's just absurd to me because Ole Miss is a 4th and 2 tackle from being 3rd.
Yeah.
Or 2nd.
Yeah.
Or 2nd, probably. If I had to guess.
Yeah.
The only thing is, go ahead.
I don't know. I understand the question. Yeah, we're doing the hypothetical, but I just keep saying like I think Texas Tech is going to win.
In regards to the rankings, though, like, do we care?
No, I mean that's what I keep telling people.
Do y'all,
like, don't
care if the difference between? I think the difference is you don't want to be the 4 or the 5, ideally, right? Because you get away from the 1. I think the best spot to be is 6 or 7, and I don't think there's a huge. You may get the better team.
6, 7.
Yeah, God bless.
I
went to the women's game
the
other day, the school day game, and they had a 6-7 cam at the game. I'll never be the same.
Did you see?
I don't know who the one's going to be though.
Going nuts at the McNeese State women's game when they shot the free throw, just make it 67, and
when they made it,
erupted.
Same thing happened for the Ole Miss real quick when they had 67. Ben, I think it's going to be Ohio State, right?
Well, I mean,
the one.
Let's say they lose to Michigan.
Okay, well, sure, but like I think the one is probably going to be the Big Ten winner.
Indiana.
Yeah, well, it could be. And I think the 2 is probably the SEC
if the
winner.
1 is Indiana, I want the 4 or 5.
Yeah.
They're good, but let them play against their players.
You scared of State, Nick?
Sure, a little bit. I mean, yeah. I mean,
Ohio State's losing anybody.
Also, I think that there's something to say like about being paired up with the SEC champ, for example, for the 6 or 7. Again, sorry. So that we could go to the Sugar Bowl. I think that's a huge difference. Obviously, what would be cooler, the Rose Bowl against Ohio State or the Sugar Bowl against Texas A&M? Of course, the Rose Bowl. But like, what's the fan difference? You know what I mean? 15 extra thousand Ole Miss fans in New Orleans, in a place we've played multiple times.
Well, we would outnumber the opponent in New Orleans.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it would be a tough ticket, right? If it was us versus Bama in New Orleans,
well, if we played the SEC opponent, then we probably wouldn't outnumber them, or it'd be
50-50, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thought. I mean, I'm gonna have to like if we're gonna make a run, it's gonna get real expensive for your boy.
I want to go to Pasadena.
I mean, can you imagine?
That's all I want.
Here's my thought about the Rose Bowl. I want to do that, but if you do that in the second round or the first, like the quarters or whenever it is, how do you afford the next 2 rounds?
Afford the semis, yeah.
Like that plane ticket's like $1,800. What I'm being funny, but
it's always money in the banana stand.
You know how you afford it? By laying the 10 with Texas Tech against BYU.
That's exactly right.
That's right.
That's exactly right.
Great segue.
At some point, I might just have to actually bet the house on the game if I think Ole Miss is going to go and either be homeless or be going into all the games.
Y'all think if we make the Rose Bowl and take like 18,000 fans that Lane Kiffin's going to complain about we didn't have a big enough crowd?
I'm telling you, man, he has to have something to complain about, and he has just picked this.
Dude, I dread the Saturday crowd. Like when there's nobody there in the fourth quarter, and he just gets on about that, and then we have to hear the million fans like we'd never be empty against Charleston Southern in the fourth quarter as they're losing to Charleston Southern, tackling each other.
Right. As there are literal pictures of their upper decks empty against Charleston Southern in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
We're back on Florida.
There's like 6 million people within 100 miles.
I mean, there's never been a fan base as good as Florida's. Best fans in the world.
As long as you're in
they're known for. You know, when you play home games against Florida, they're known for bringing tons of people.
Yeah. Remember that Sugar Bowl a few years ago when they brought like 7,000 people?
Is our man Brandon in the chat?
I don't know. If so, let's not empty the clip just yet.
I hope he comes to Oxford.
The clip is the unlimited. You can press all the cheat code on Grand Theft Auto. I'm not running out. There's always one in the chamber.
All right, so let's talk BYU and Texas Tech. You got undefeated BYU traveling to Lubbock at Jones AT&T Stadium. Top 10 matchup on ABC. Line 10.5. You can get it at 10.
Yeah.
What time's that
Lock
game?
me in.
11. I'm locking in Texas
That's a
Tech.
bummer.
I think this is a perfect spot. Make a statement. You know McGuire wants this one real bad. So we got myself, Ben, and Austin all locking it in.
Yep.
Okay.
And Nick, are you going to lock in BYU, or are we going to have a fight?
Nah, I'm not going to do that. I mean, if three of you guys want to be wrong, I don't. It would be rude of me to throw it in your face like that.
You're not going to stand in our way.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I
just think Tech's got one of the best rosters that money could buy in college football this year. I mean,
they're good. They are
elite athletes all over the field. I don't think BYU does. BYU has been living dangerously every week. Now it still counts, but I don't think BYU is all that good. And it wouldn't shock me at all, really, if they do finish the year 9-3.
Yeah, I mean,
what is BYU in the SP Plus?
Hold on.
They're like 17, I think.
Tech is 4.
Yeah.
Where is it? I got the spreadsheet.
Very similar to Ole Miss last year, honestly.
Who is that?
It really, yeah. It's
you mean Tech? They're 16 in the SP Plus.
Yeah, BYU 16, Tech is 4.
Tech's 4. Yeah, the defense is 8. I mean, the defense is good, right?
Yeah, they're FPI number 1 in defense. I think Tech rolls here.
They're Walter Nolan short of being comparable to us on defense last year, but their pass rush is ferocious, man. They're about as good as we were on the edge last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barry Bachmeier,
their game control is really good too, and like they blow everybody out that they play, unless they lose.
They do. They really are a lot like, actually. I mean, 24 point, 25 point, a loss, the 4-point loss, 42 point, 23 points. That's their games in conference play.
So BYU's either going to win or they're going to like literally run them off the field.
Yeah.
I will say that it helps. 11 o'clock is a bummer if you're a Texas Tech fan, right? The biggest game you've hosted in
do they have
decade
fans?
plus.
I'm just kidding.
Do what?
So do they have fans? I'm kidding.
Yeah. The biggest game they've hosted in a decade, 11 a.m. now.
Texas Tech is 6-0 against the spread, as a double-digit favorite this year. 5-0 against the spread at home, which is tied for best in the FBS with Mississippi State. Yeah, Red Raiders are 5-0 against the spread as a home favorite. That's the best in college football. BYU is 7-1 against the spread as an underdog since the start of last season. That's the best among Power 4 teams. Cougars are 13-7 against the spread against ranked teams since 2018, which is 5th best in FBS. So something's got to give type game where both teams play well against the number. I'm just going to lean home team, better defense.
Yeah.
I think Bachmeier's going to make some mistakes.
Better quarterback. I think Morton's pretty good, man.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's been legit as a backup that came in, and they just kind of threw him in the fire, and he's been good. I think you've got to – for BYU, I think you got to get them all scheduled. Like, LJ Martin's a good back, run for almost 800 yards. Get them behind the sticks and force Bachmeier to actually make throws to beat you, and I think that's when Texas Tech can pin its ears back and get after him. I think the under is the play in this game. I think a lot of people are calling for a shootout. I think this might be like a throwback. I don't know. 27
and a half. That's, I don't know. Feels pretty sharp.
I mean, I guess for our sake, we probably want it to be a shootout, or at least hit the over for more points.
I Tech team total over.
Yeah. I'm good. I've been thinking it's Texas Tech all the way all week. I'm with you on like BYU's just been so fortunate. It seems like every week the Iowa State melting down is insane.
I'll say this every time.
I cannot believe that happened.
Every time I felt this way about a game this year, I've been cooked. So this feels like a too good to be true
week.
Type of line. Yeah, true.
Not last week.
True.
Yeah, I feel good about it. I mean, I think BYU's heavy run first, 60% rate running the football, zone read, some power stuff in there. They're 6th in the country in quality drives, which I think is interesting. And then Texas Tech, obviously, you know about David Bailey, Romello Height, just chaos. Those dudes, 95 pressures combined on the year. 95.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Insane. Yeah, Morton's been good. 15 touchdowns, just 4 picks. The offensive line for Texas Tech's been really good. I think that's going to be key here. Is if you can protect Morton, I think they'll be fine. McGuire will have some stuff cooked up. Yeah, they can't really run the ball. Like they do a lot of inside zone, and they're just 124th in line yards, which is not very good. So, yeah, I think everybody's just going to take BYU to cover. I don't know if anybody's picking BYU outright. I still think Tech gets the win, but I'm feeling like Tech pours it on.
Oh, you know, I'm picking Tech to cover.
Yeah.
Lock me in -10.5.
Okay. All right. Also at 11 a.m., speaking of Mississippi State, the Bulldogs host number 5, Georgia, 11 a.m. ESPN. The line is 8.5.
It's 9.5. Well, it's okay. It's both, but it's
who you
moved,
want.
right? At 1.5, it was 7.5. Now it's not 8.5 or 9.5.
Yeah, 8.5 at -110.
Yeah, I see 8.5.
I want the Bulldogs
Okay, which
Shocker.
ones?
of Mississippi State.
I'm
They're live
Okay.
dogs this week. They're
They're
gonna. I don't know that they're gonna win the game.
Bound to happen.
Well, okay, they won
You
last
can
week.
get 9.5 at 110.
That's what I'm saying. The line moved from 7.5 to 9.5 in the last 36 hours. I will say one thing worries me a little bit. I think it's possible if Georgia's locked in, which they've been one time all year. It happened to be against us. They could score every single possession, because if you guys think that we have deficiencies on defense, States are glaring. They've got about 3 guys who can play defensive line, and they don't do it very well, and they get really tired as the game goes along. Georgia can score every drive. However, State's played everyone really close. They kind of hang around. They always score early against these teams. I don't know how good Levy must be in the pregame drawing plays up, but they score early in every game. They hang around. Georgia starts really slowly. I think State's gonna just chill there with them. I don't think they're gonna get ran over. Again, live dog. They covered against Florida. They beat Arkansas last week. This is I don't think Georgia gets beat, because they've got all ahead of them. They got Georgia Tech that they're gonna a home game. They got Texas a home game. I know the Georgia Tech game's in Atlanta, but this is the one that they might could trip up that's left on their schedule, and I think it's gonna be tight. I think it's gonna be really tight. I'm worried about it a little bit.
I'm not picking a lock, but I think the line is sharp, and it feels like a 13-point-ish win for Georgia to me, which could be one score late. Like, I'm not talking about 18 that State scores and cuts it to 12. I mean, it could be 6 or 7 point game and Georgia punches one in late. What concerns me is Georgia, in my opinion, is not going to give the effort that they did against Ole Miss. Like, that was an out of body, especially for their running back. The way that he ran the ball, he's not going to run with that kind of effort. If he hadn't had that kind of effort, Ole Miss would be undefeated, because we would have tackled him on 4th and 2. But I don't think that Georgia has like that superstar that can where they can like dominate state in a spot. I don't see that from them. I do think they're as a whole just generally better than Mississippi State. So I'm going to pick them to win, and I'm going to take Georgia to cover. But I think it's sharp, and I'm not going to lock it in. I mean, this is what time is this kick? 11?
11.
That sucks. But
That hurts, yeah.
you know, I don't know that
Sucks if
Georgia's
you're a
gonna-
Mississippi State fan.
Exactly. You know, I'll pick Georgia to cover. Barely.
Is there going to be a hangover? You had to fight last week against Florida, and then dead cat bounce for Florida. They played up.
Georgia is just hungover. They just play every game. They struggled against Florida. They played one really good game this year and happened to be against us, right?
Yep.
And it was just a mismatch on defense.
Well,
they've lost to Bama at home. They struggled with Florida.
Or did we have 7 busted coverages with their tight end? Like, how do we?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's only so wide open.
Stockton played really well.
How wide open number 7 can get?
Yeah.
Also, could there be a hangover for Mississippi State for finally winning an
that's what I was
SEC
asking.
game
Possible.
for the first time in almost 800 days?
Possible.
Okay. If you're a state player and you're hungover, you come back, you celebrated, you don't even know what an SEC win is because you've never seen one before. And the only team you've beaten in the SEC is Arkansas since 2022. But you get Georgia at home? Are you hungover?
I mean,
one more thing, I know it's 11.
Georgia team?
They've had some really bad crowds this year.
Yeah.
If you look at the images, that's not me speaking as an Ole Miss fan. It's startling how few people are in their upper decks.
Well, there's going to be at least 500 there Saturday.
Was it squirrel season? Is that where we are in the calendar now? Squirrel season?
Yeah.
What's 500? What's 500?
Levy bought 500 tickets for to give away to the Boy Scouts of Octavia County. So it'll be at least that many. No, they played Georgia it was a third full in the upper deck. I mean, against Texas, right?
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Even the big games, there's a reason that Tennessee had like 20,000 people there.
Yeah, imagine 20 years ago you told a state fan,
"Do faculty tickets."
Austin, what do you think?
State has 40,000 faculty members. I think Nick is right about the trend with Georgia. I mean, they sleepwalk in the first half against everybody and have all season. We were up at the half, right? Kirby seems to really adjust well after halftime. So if I were going to play it, I think it's sharp. I'm at the bench. I can't touch it. I think I would play State first half and then look to get involved with Georgia after halftime or live, because I don't think Georgia loses. I just think when Georgia's B- effort is better than State's A+ effort. But Duke, this is a terrible spot for Georgia. Off of Florida, who they have on deck? It's Tennessee. So, if you're going to be sleepy in one of these games, it's this one, or Texas. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I knew it was a T. Texas. So if you're going to be sleepy in any spot this year, it's this one for Georgia. You roll your helmet out there and hope that your athletes just out athlete State and you squeak by. I don't know. I couldn't lay it with Georgia. Let me put it that way. That's not me endorsing a State bet, but I would not be eager to lay the points with Georgia unless you could find a live number of like anything under a touchdown. And then I'd feel, a little more.
If State scores first, it'll be under a touchdown, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, probably. I mean,
it'll go to like
games
6.
Aren't going more than 10 points now. They're just not. Like every game, it's like the NFL.
That's right. Yeah, the games are shorter, compressed, and the style of play is different. I mean, clock rolls, everything. I mean, helmet communications. I think they're all conspiring to make the games much more like diet NFL games, which I hate, but it's the way it is.
I mean, I firmly believe that, and this, we don't have to get into this deeply because I could be completely wrong on this specific play, but what are the chances that we like the look on defense the other night? Ole Miss is playing South Carolina, talking about the helmet comms. We come up to the line of scrimmage, that Kiffin tells Trinidad sometimes where to throw it. Like
I
throw
think
it
it's
to
likely. Yeah.
throw it to Wallace here. And in that
Mhm.
and on that because he just straight up threw into triple coverage one. It was already predetermined. Like he didn't even look over there. I was like, I wonder if they disguised some coverage that we didn't recognize. And it was already before the snap. He was like, throw it to I don't even know who that was, Deuce Alexander or
Yeah.
whoever. And
Winston Watkins.
Watkins. Yeah.
To
Anyway,
that
go
point,
ahead.
I think we're even waiting sometimes after 15 seconds for Kiffin to whistle in, his audible, his reads. Because
Yeah.
last week, man, we shifted so late in the clock, like repeatedly. There were multiple times where the play clock's at like 3 or 4, and we're just now getting into motion, running Daquan Wright or Caden Lee or whoever.
They
I
do
think
not care about shifting somebody with 6 seconds on the clock. Like
they don't, man.
so
It's-
nonchalant, man. He's
Yeah.
just like,
yeah.
it bothers the crap out of me.
But
Even
not to
that's
say Georgia. I don't know. I think 10-point Georgia win wouldn't surprise me. 4-point Georgia win wouldn't surprise me. I think the only thing that would surprise me is a state outright win.
Yeah,
honestly.
same.
I just
It would need to be even then. It would need to be a like a touchdown win. Like if State won by 2 points, I'd be like, "Oh wow!" I'd be halfway surprised. I wouldn't be like knocked out.
on that note, I'm gonna lock in Georgia minus 8.5.
There you go.
Probably.
Too Tall Paul says, I mean, it is deer season. So there goes the rest of State's fans right there.
Yeah, I don't know. Georgia probably has the two best linebackers, not named Sonny Styles and Arvell Reese at Ohio State. CJ Allen and Raylan Wilson are very good. I think they're going to make life hell for Shapen. Mississippi State was fortunate to win last week. Not only do you score with like 50 seconds left, Arkansas missed 3 tackles on that one play where you
so bad attack.
just get the guy down, the game's over.
The problem that I have is they've been unfortunate to not win more than that SEC game. Like they had Tennessee on the road. The only just beatdown they've taken is A&M. I mean, A&M's the only team that they should have beaten Florida.
And weren't they at home?
Gainesville.
Mm-hmm.
It was in the swamp.
Tennessee was in Starkville.
Yeah, Tennessee was in Starkville. And I say should have won that one. They could have beat Tennessee. They should have beat Florida.
Ben, we got somebody in the chat says your hero, Jozon Darby, will be at the last game in the Tad Pad.
Oh, that's cool.
I guess his son plays for Cal State Bakersfield.
Probably that's
Rob a couple
Mississippians like until last year, wasn't it?
Oh, he's
Rob Barnes was there.
He said
Rob Barnes was there until like weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago, yeah.
Ben Garrett, he said.
Yeah. But I think Rob Barnes is going to be there.
He is.
Okay.
Yeah, he's being honored. It's got to be awkward for the Cal State players, right? He was coaching them like in preseason practice, gets fired like
what is up with that?
Couple weeks ago, and now he's going to be honored in like their second game of the year.
It's wild.
That sucks.
It was some sexual assault cases, wasn't it?
That and allegations of like human trafficking and prostitution, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Rob Barnes?
Not by him. Not by him.
What?
Not by him.
Yeah, not by him.
Okay, goodness gracious.
No. But that he was no. But that he was aware of it, or that a coach of his. I mean, how aware of it he was. I don't know that he's Joe Pa or anything, but
fortunately for Rod, he could be the AD at LSU if it doesn't work.
I was going to say, just go to LSU and that's fine.
They actually
anyone got demoted?
CEO of the Children's Hospital.
Get a promotion.
Come here, we will cure your cancer, and then we will traffic you, and then give the money to the football team.
And anyone got demoted faster than that guy? He was like 1 o'clock. It was like, this guy's our new AD. And by like 4:30, they're like, we're not really sure if he's the interim or not.
Maybe we shouldn't have done that.
Not AD material. We were wrong.
Yeah, we should. We actually Googled his name in the last 3 hours. Yeah, that was a mistake on our end.
You're not going to believe this.
Real quick before we move on to the big one, since we're at this 11 a.m. slate, I'm going to go ahead and grab another lock, and I'm going to get The Mustard Buzzards from Hattiesburg at 4.5 on the road in Jones Boogie. I'm laying them. Arkansas State is trash.
I'll ride with that.
And Charles Huff is doing a damn good job. Southern Miss is good.
Yeah.
Like it's not a bit. Like they're solid football. So
You talking about the Marshall Golden Eagles?
Exactly.
That's right.
The Southern Miss Thundering Herd.
Don't tell Rick Cleveland that.
Because I've had a shit season, I'm going to pat myself on the back one more time about Southern Miss. I'm holding a plus 4,000 Sun Belt Conference winner ticket for Southern.
They're on track to go to the title game, aren't they?
Yeah, so I'm going to hedge the shit out of that when they play James Madison because James Madison is going to destroy them. But it's a good hedging opportunity.
All right.
JMU is so much better than USM. Oh my God! But I agree with Zach, and I'm going to lock in Southern as well at Arkansas State.
Okay. Also at 11 a.m., number 2 Indiana at Penn State. Why is this line only 14.5?
I am going to take
At
the
Penn State.
Nittany Lions to cover, and I am going to lock that in.
I consider going the other way just because Indiana just does not play with their food.
That's fine.
But I'm going to leave it. I mean, it's still Penn State.
This is where they lose outright, gentlemen.
Oh, it would be hilarious.
That would be amazing.
What's the money line?
Let me.
Do y'all know Penn State's last win?
No.
Don't know, don't
I
care.
don't know.
Villanova. Like that's Villanova in September.
I didn't even know
Penn
Villanova
State-
played football, to be honest with y'all.
Penn
Plus
State
503.
plus 500.
Just plus 500?
Mm.
Wow. Sprinkle that on there for me.
Yeah. What? Okay. So Ben just said about Villanova. Nick, hasn't Villanova been pretty solid in FCS
Yeah.
football?
I listen, I didn't mean to throw it up in his face, but like clearly not an FCS
I
ball.
don't.
No,
A lion does not concern himself with the opinions of FCS teams.
of Wildcats. Yeah, they're pretty good, I would say. No, I think they're top 15 right now in FCS.
Okay. I mean,
You know.
I would probably think a lot of people don't know Villanova plays football, but I'm a psycho, so I know that. Anything else at 11 a.m.? We got to move on. I think that's it, unless we can circle back and do some sicko stuff. But all right,
There's a game at 12 a.m. We don't have to talk much about that one though.
12 p.m.
Yes. 12 p.m.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we're not-
High noon in Oxford, Mississippi.
well, yeah, Ole Miss is gonna win. Are you laying the points, Nick?
The Ole Miss game, I mean, how many did y'all say it was?
I think it's
53 and a half.
4.5.
50, I see 53 and a half, 54 and a half. That's a lot of points. I would in no way ever touch that game. I just feel like that's sicko stuff. And not like in a good,
Minus
cool
106.
way. Like you're watching Max Channel instead of watching, the Big Ten. That's like there's a number for that. You don't really need to bet 54 point spreads.
I've got to play for 11 o'clock. We just mentioned James Madison. James Madison goes to Marshall. The total is 55. James Madison put up 52 last week by themselves, and the week before that, they put up 63. They're easily getting into the 40s against Marshall here. I don't need a lot from Marshall at that point. This is like 42-28 James Madison, over 55.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm
Favorite bet on the
Mhm.
board this week.
riding with you on that one. JMU could get that in the third quarter.
Yeah. They are
Um,
back to being an absolute killing machine.
Mm-hmm.
wagon.
Signetti is so good that you just stay good after he's gone.
The afterglow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, kind of actually.
Yes, I just thought of this. Kurt Signetti is that like honors chemistry teacher that's just a total asshole in the hallway. That's like yelling at you to like get to class when you still have like 4 minutes left.
Pull your pants up. Yeah.
Walk in the third tile.
You're not wearing a belt. All right,
Tuck that tail in. Tuck that shirt tail in.
don't give me that look. All right, 2:30. in Memorial Stadium in Columbia, Missouri. Texas A&M at the Tigers. I really want to lay them here. Missouri, Bo Pribula's out. I know that
it's on the third stringer, right?
I'll take the pressure off of you, and I'm going to lock in A&M and lay the points.
Yeah. What's it? Zellers?
When you're hot, you're hot.
He looked okay against Vandy, but Matt Zollers, I think A&M, I think the defense is going to eat him alive. I said it a couple weeks ago. Imagine in a world where Hugh Freeze lets Marcel Reed come to Auburn. Probably still employed.
Yeah.
Because Marcel Reed really wanted to go play for him at Auburn. And he said no, and so Marcel Reed went to Texas A&M. Now, Marcel Reed is the quarterback for the number 3 team in the country. You've got, Ruben Owens is doing big things at running back. They got KC Concepcion. They got Mario.
Look, I think they're national championship good. I don't think there's any question.
Really?
You watch them play, they're
A&M, yeah.
They're very solid everywhere.
The offense is a lot better than people think.
They've
got honestly, 2 really good receivers.
I hear your argument about Reed, and I'm not trying to be difficult on him. I think he's the weakest link on the team. I'm not saying that
undoubtedly.
I'm not saying that he's a bad player, but that's just how good they are everywhere else. Like
the receivers
really line, they're really good at receiver. They're really good at running back. Like, this is a classic. It looks like a Nick Saban early 2010s team where you just roll out a game managing quarterback and win. But he does have some scrambling ability, some dual threat ability.
Really
Let me tell you, lock me in on A&M, lay the points. I'll say this too. Here's like a little interesting play that I may actually do in real life. If you tease Texas Tech to -4, you can also tease A&M to -0.5. That's probably going to be my bet of the week.
Wow.
Tech laying 4 at home, A&M -1 or half a point at Missouri.
Do you want 6.5?
Yeah, whatever the lowest number is. Yeah.
There's a 6.5 out there on A&M.
-115.
Whew.
Hang on.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it monitors. Nick, is that okay? 6.5, is that okay?
Hang on.
Yeah, awesome. What are your thoughts?
We've said no 120, so I guess we'll do 115.
7 even.
Yeah, but 7's even money.
I don't think it's going to matter. I don't think the half point matters. I think A&M is going to roll them.
You can put me at 7, but I need even.
No, I think
I don't know how you.
I think 6.5 is fine, right? Again, don't get it at 120, but 115. Yeah. That's just what the juice is at right now. That's just how it is.
So
I think you're going to be able to get it at 6.5 at some point by the end of the week. It sounds like Nick and Austin may be opposite of what Zach. They've kind of been quiet.
Well, okay. So real quick before y'all give your piece, A&M is second in adjusted yards per play on offense, and defense is 11th in adjusted yards per play. And don't look now, but Cassius Howell has 10 sacks already. Like their front seven is nasty. Mm-hmm. Ruben Owens is getting almost 6 yards a carry, like just a wagon right now. I think Missouri's kind of teetering on quit with quarterbacks gone, and this machine's just coming to town to just absolutely just wreck your season.
I will say if Missouri had their starting quarterback, I would pick Mizzou money line. But because I think that we're giving, after I said all that about A&M, we do give them a lot of benefit of the doubt for blowing out LSU, who has quit. But anyway, I'll leave it to y'all.
What do y'all think?
So my thing with A&M is they've played one. I mean, okay, if you want to count Florida's defense is good, okay, they played 2, but they played 2 even close to average defenses all year. They beat Auburn 16-10 at home. That game was ugly. Auburn had some chances there. And every other game they're playing. Arkansas's defense is amongst the worst in the Power 5. LSU is a pretty good defense, but they've also quit that game, right? They got their coach fired. They scored 31 on MSU, whose defense I don't think is all that great. Scored 41 on Notre Dame, whose defense at the time was just abysmal. Point to say is this is the best defense they faced all year, other than Auburn's, and it's on the road. I think that's going to be like a concern because they're finally facing a good defense. It should be a good atmosphere. Missouri hasn't. I mean, if Missouri wins out, they're going to the playoff, right? Obviously, that's a lot of asking to do still, but I don't think that's crazy. They're still playing for something. They have the third string quarterback in there. They've got a very good defense, and again, Texas A&M just hadn't seen many good defenses. I think it's a little bit of like what Oklahoma saw. We were like, oh, how good is this Oklahoma defense? And they really hadn't seen any really good offenses. We saw what they did against them.
Yeah, I agree with all that. Again, I'm not advocating for a bet on Mizzou. I'm just trying to decide whether or not I would lay it with A&M. Another thing that worries me about the backup quarterback situation from an A&M standpoint, Drink had a bye week to get the kid ready, the third stringer ready. So he got all the reps in practice last week. He wasn't thrown into the game cold. He saw live bullets against Vandy and then got a week off, had a week to watch film. He's not going to suddenly become like, an elite quarterback in just a week. I'm just saying, I think it matters that he's had a little bit of a time to actually get his feet wet. And like Nick said, Mizzou's front seven is no joke either. A&M is very good, but I think Mizzou can slow the game down. They may be able to drag A&M to the mud a little bit, slow the game down. If I'm Drinkwitz, that's what you want to play at that pace. Like, you're not trying to get into a shootout here. You want to keep away a little bit, see if you can run the ball against the A&M front seven, see if you can stop the run for A&M. Let's not forget, y'all, like Mizzou's got one of the best running backs in the conference. I think
he's been on a little bit of a skid.
Yeah, he has. Once they started to face some better defenses, obviously it was a little more rough going for him. But look, A&M's run game is elite, so I'm not taking any away from them either. I kind of leaned under here because again, if you're Mizzou, do you have any interest in trying to push pace here? I mean, aren't you going to try to deflate the ball? Yeah. So,
unless the 13 quarterback is some like superstar we don't know about.
Yeah.
No, he's a freshman. I think he was a 4-star. Also, just looking at the weather, there's not much chance of rain. They're talking winds 15 to 25, and
Dude, it's
below 31 that night. Say it again.
It's windy there a lot.
It is windy there, and also it's the first time Texas has gone north at all in the cold. And I mean, not that Missouri's filled with a bunch of players from North Dakota or anything like that, but the low's 30, right? It's gonna be cool. And the game, it's on 2:30 now is like a night game. It used to be a day game. Now that's a night game veritably. So it could be a little bit different.
Yep.
The couple stats here that are interesting. Texas A&M, where is it? Like their big explosive plays, they got Concepcion, Craver. Marcel Reed's big time throw rate has nearly doubled since last year. Another year in the offense, he's been a lot better. But the Aggies are dead last in finishing drives allowed. 33 opponent drives to cross the A&M 40-yard line. Teams have averaged 5.1 points per trip. Yeah. Missouri, on the other hand,
so you close if you get into their territory.
You score. Yeah.
So with Missouri, same thing with them on their defense, 8th in havoc rate, and they got a top 5 pass rush with Damon Wilson and Zion Young, 63 combined pressures. They tackle well. They're 4th nationally in broken tackles allowed. So they wrap up. My biggest concern is, like you mentioned, Ahmad Hardy. Like, is he going to get back on track? Because he's averaging just 2.6 yards after first contact in the last 2 games. So, like, if he can't run, like, I feel like this is going to be like, in Austin, your point about the under, I think that's the play. So I think this is going to be a grinded out
Mhm.
throwback SEC game. So can Missouri get into the red zone? That's going to be key. Where is A&M going to buck that trend and get some stops? I still think A&M wins the game, and I think they win it comfortably, but it might be a little tight early.
And so let's talk about this from an Ole Miss fan's perspective. Don't we want A&M to just run the table at this point? Isn't that the best thing for us?
In
Get
terms of
Missouri out of the
SEC title
paint.
or playoff?
Well, playoff.
Yeah.
Knock Missouri out of the paint. Get Texas out of here.
Yeah. I think so. Run the table.
Well,
I mean,
let's
Missouri
say-
faces Oklahoma. There's a knockout game there.
give me a. I need to know what Bama and Georgia are also doing, because if both of them lose one, then I don't care what A&M does.
Mhm.
I think because you're going to move up ahead of Bama and Georgia with 2 losses.
Yeah.
And then, but Georgia,
I
I guess.
assume that
Go ahead.
is Austin not saying if we lose again?
Yeah, well,
Austin-
I'm trying to prepare for the possibility that we do
Yeah.
lose again. And so
You're right.
I didn't hear that part of it.
assuming something close to the worst case scenario on our side, not like a loss to Citadel worst case scenario. I'm saying, let's say we
Yeah.
split State and Florida worst case scenario.
I think he's
Don't we
talking
want
get
A&M?
in, not seeds. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just need whoever we're competing with for a spot. Who is that? Missouri? Do they have 2 losses now?
2 losses. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we just need A&M running the table would be good. We would need somebody to beat Missouri, and then any other 2-loss teams. I think Tennessee already has 3, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe they have 2.
They got 3.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think we just need Missouri to catch another. We need A&M to win. And then,
Because I mean A&M winning out here, because if
Yeah.
A&M wins out, they knock Texas out too.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
and Missouri.
good point. Good point.
And Austin,
Yeah.
I don't know that. I mean, though I will say if they lost 2 games to Missouri and Texas, there would be no meat on that bone. But at the same time, they'd have to go from 3 to 13 or 3 to 11 or 12 to fall out. So I don't know that they can fall out. They get South
3 to
Carolina at
13.
home.
With the win against Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's not happening, right? And also, can you drop them below Notre Dame?
Probably
Because we
not.
talked about you can't really drop Georgia below Ole Miss unless they lose another game. I don't think you can drop them below Notre Dame.
Well, what happens if they beat Missouri, which is likely to have their favored, and then they lose to Texas?
That's a nightmare scenario in terms of putting Texas in there and Texas not in.
Yeah, because in Texas
shouldn't be in there.
Yeah.
Whew.
We don't.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, Texas still has Georgia too.
Yeah, right.
Well,
Yeah.
But I mean, could they be Georgia?
Oh, they could be Georgia. I mean, that would be 3.5, 4.5 Georgia.
And
Is it-
right?
and Georgia's not gonna. It's at UGA, so maybe it's
in
6,
Athens,
but
though.
they're not running all over that Texas front, right? I mean,
No.
that's a
Mm-mm.
matchup for against us. We struggle
So-
with their run game. Texas is not going to.
Whatever the total is in that game, you're taking the under.
And look, don't look now. I'm not saying he's like what he was supposed to be, or but Arch is getting a little better with these passing weeks.
Playing well. All right. Staying at 2:30. This one's interesting because I keep hearing a lot of people on one side. Number 9, Oregon at number 20, Iowa. I hear a lot of people on the Hawkeyes,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't understand.
Okay.
I know Iowa does
please tell me
this.
why I'm wrong.
I know Iowa does this to people.
Yeah.
They do it all the time. And maybe Oregon is a little bit of a fraud, potentially.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm still not. I'm not doing the whole well, look at Penn State. They suck. I mean, they do suck, but that was a high pressure, wide out,
Different time of year.
Yeah, I don't. This is kind of like the Memphis Tulane game where I feel like everybody's on one side, and I feel like Oregon shows why they're Oregon.
All right. What's Oregon's second best win?
I have to pull up the schedule.
Oh, it's going to be Northwestern or somebody.
I'll read them to you.
I'm not
Montana
kidding
State,
you. Yeah,
OK
Rutgers.
State, Northwestern, Oregon State, Rutgers, or Wisconsin.
It's not Oklahoma State.
It's not Oklahoma State.
Oregon State.
I am
Rutgers.
I've got a lock here, and I'll let y'all keep talking about it. It's not what you think. I'm going to lean into that total, and I'm going to go under 41.
The other thing I wanted to call out here, the forecast is Saturday.
Yeah, you want to talk chilly?
Yeah, buddy.
It's awesome. 50% chance of rain, 17 mile per hour winds, high of 47 degrees.
Yeah.
That's Iowa football. I know Oregon's not exactly tropical, but
under
Iowa's
they don't
40 and a half
in Oregon.
Yeah.
Under 40 and a half.
41.
41.
41, yeah.
High Sunday's 36 there. Okay, I want Iowa plus.
Dante Moore's from Michigan, so he's fine.
I want Iowa plus 6.5. I'm going through here. I'm looking at the Iowa schedule, and they've got 2 losses. They lost at Iowa State in El Asico. We're not going to penalize them for that.
Yeah.
And they lost a 5-point game to Indiana. Okay, did they struggle with Penn State? Perhaps, right? 25-24. They whipped some other teams. They won by 37 in Wisconsin. They beat Minnesota by 38. That I'm taking. Maybe I'm just drinking the Kool-Aid, like you said earlier. But I'm taking Iowa to cover, and I'm probably taking Iowa money line as well.
Man, y'all, there's a lot of 2-loss potential bid stealers out there, and Iowa is one of them.
Yep.
But that's not, to me. That's not a bid stealer. Not from us, at least. They're stealing Oregon's bid there, right?
They take Oregon's, yeah.
I don't know if that's what you're saying or not.
One SEC team. They run the table and finish 10-2. They would have good wins.
Oregon?
They would have a win over USC. They would have a win over Oregon. They would have a win over, I'm talking about Iowa.
Yeah, but then Oregon's gone, right? Their best win would be Penn State.
But Oregon's below. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but what I'm getting at is if we were to drop a game and get to 10-2.
Correct. Yeah, right. That's what you're saying.
Those resumes, you're getting real. There is an Ole Miss graduate on the committee this year, though. People forget that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's going to be interesting if we actually. Yeah.
He's probably the biggest guy in the room, too.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest.
He's the biggest guy in most every room he walks in.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Mm-hmm. Wesley Walls.
Wesley Walls, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Carolina Panthers Hall of Famer.
This is kind of one of those games, though, where I feel like Dan Lanning will kind of thrive in this scenario where everybody just sees Oregon and they think, Chip Kelly, Oregon. Dan Lanning's got the SEC background. They want to be physical, they want to run the ball. So, maybe they win a tight one, but what's the number?
6.5.
Half.
What's the money line?
Give me about 270. I haven't even seen it.
That'd be a great number. I want it.
Iowa plus 205.
205.
I'm about to say it's going to be lower than that because I think Vegas is at 6. It's either Iowa wins or Oregon covers.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, I think that's right.
I don't think Oregon goes. Maybe they do goes in there and wins 14-13. But I've already locked in the under. So
I don't know, man.
That is disgusting.
It seems like a get right spot for Oregon.
Indiana kind of disposed of Oregon, though, to me.
Yeah, and what did Iowa do with Indiana? They
I know.
dragged them into the mud like they do with everybody, man. It becomes a back alley brawl. They dictate tempo no matter who they play.
It would be so frustrating to play against them. I would be ready to. I'd leave. I'd have to leave.
They're like Kentucky with talent and coaching.
Yeah.
Mark Gronowski
and tight ends.
Yeah, and better uniforms too. Really should not like Kentucky at all, other than they dictate pace.
The Hawkeyes flexed some muscle, 5.8 yards per play in 36 attempts against Wisconsin on the ground, and then 7.4 yards per play on 33 rushing attempts against Penn State.
Well,
So,
how many total possessions were in that Iowa
there's
Wisconsin
not
game?
a lot. I don't have it in front of me, but there's no chance it's above
It's like
what?
11 total.
There won't
Yeah.
be many in this one.
How many
No, there won't.
plays do you think Iowa's going to run in this game?
Like if they get their wish, like 40.
43, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, but like 21 of them will be on one drive.
This
Yeah.
is
They kick a field goal at the end of it.
this is going to be like Phil Parker's like magnum opus in this game.
Yeah. I'm with Nick. I'm gonna cut in line here. I'm gonna lock in Iowa money line.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 205. It's going to be a fun game to watch because, I mean, Oregon's got to get, like, this is a game Oregon has to have for obvious reasons, but also, like, you know, Nick's posing the question, like, or maybe it was Austin that asked, like, what's Oregon's best win? Like, you got to get better wins.
They don't have one now. They don't have a good win.
Yeah. So I'm not touching it just because I don't want any part of Iowa doing what they normally do. So
This is the best game that Big Ten's had on CBS, by the way, in their 2-year deal now. Like,
Yep.
I thought this is the first time I'm like, yeah, I might actually watch CBS again at 2:30.
Yeah.
For a Big Ten game.
I think Oregon wins, but it's going to be gross. I mean, maybe they bust one late to cover. Like Jordan Davidson could have like a long run where Iowa's just stacking the box to try to get a stop to get the ball back, and they bust one. I don't know. Maybe. All right, let's go to 3:00 SEC Network. Auburn at number 16. Vanderbilt.
Got another lock here.
Is the dead cat gonna bounce?
No. Vandy minus 5, 6, whatever the lowest number
6.5.
is. Lock me in. Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. Breeze is no longer there for Diego to beat up on. So I don't know if it's the same. You know, we're going to get the same Diego effect.
Is he gonna have the same motivation?
Right? Yeah. Like Diego
One thing
may
I
feel
wonder
bad
though,
for him.
man, is it's still like Vandy. It's still Vandy. Like, and what I mean by that is Auburn is still a bigger program. I mean, even though Vandy is better, like it's not like they look ahead to any. It's not looking.
No. They still have a chip on their shoulder when playing these teams.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they took one last week from Texas. Now there could be some body blow game there. It's no offense to the Auburn coaching staff, but they are not as good as the Vanderbilt, particularly at offensive coordinator. Again, he coached at Ole Miss for as long as I've been alive, but I'm not there with it. Vandy rolls.
And it's at home.
And by
man,
rolls,
like,
I mean like they win 21-6, but they still
Like
cover.
that's how they win. Yeah.
and look, make all the jokes you want, but like First Bank Stadium's kind of nice now, and students like going to the games because winning helps. But like it's a nicer stadium now, decent atmosphere. It also like is Auburn gonna care? Like I understand that like they say the players like Durkin, and like you know the defense is gonna show up, but like can they score? Like
Probably not.
Like who's playing quarterback?
The defense, I mean, the offense is bad. That's
Who's playing
yeah,
quarterback?
who's
Who's calling the plays? Who's blocking? I mean, they're generally bad on offense. I mean, just historically
the best
bad.
running back is Jeremiah Cobb. Like, wasn't he a receiver? Didn't they just convert him to a running back? Like, they got one running back that left the team.
Yeah, I don't think no matter how much they like Durkin, they're not going to get better offensively a week later after doing that against Kentucky, a game in which I took the over.
God,
like a genius in. They're not going to suddenly. They're not going to suddenly get better.
10-3.
Yeah, it was close. I was close. A couple bad bounces, bad breaks, but
I forgot.
I don't think you magically get better just because DJ Durkin is the coach and Derek Nix is calling plays. Like their defense is going to be fine. So is this under? 45.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no way. I don't think Vanderbilt's breaking 30, and I don't think Auburn's breaking 20.
I'm good with that.
So
I'm gonna lock
28-21 obviously goes, but that's not happening. That's not happening in
24,
this game.
24-14 Vandy.
When's the last time Auburn scored that many points in an SEC game? This
Correct.
Mhm.
They haven't broken 17 in like 18 months in an
Yeah.
SEC game.
That doesn't start here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I do
I'm
think
gonna
it's
lock
going to
it
be
in.
close late. I think it's going to be like 16-10. I'm not going to take Auburn just because you've taken Vandy, and I don't want to just disagree, but I was close to locking in Auburn. I kind of think it's going to be really close, really low scoring,
Well,
like 15-13.
Your guy's gone now, so you don't have to do it.
Oh goodness!
Look, if you're in the market for some Auburn baby clothes,
They've got a lot of them.
Hey.
And I actually am in the market for that. So
yeah,
Venmo is accepted, by the way. Can't donate them.
no cash out.
You could just take them up to the golf course with him and just lay it out on a table and
Use them as head covers.
I was gonna say.
yeah. Jesus.
Hand
All
towel.
right. Yeah.
I've got a lock around this time if we
You
want
got
to.
their-
If
You got their
I'm ready to
dude
fire
busting.
away locks. I feel like
yeah, I don't know what else there is. That was the best SEC game.
There-
I know it's the
there's not
afternoon
any-
game.
There's not any more ranked on ranked. There's LSU at Alabama.
All right,
That's about it.
I've got the
Pretty shitty
Stanford of the West going traveling east to the Stanford of the East. North Carolina playing decent football. Stanford is abysmal. Okay, North Carolina -7.5. Stanford is absolutely terrible. Last week, North Carolina went on the road and kind of whipped up on Syracuse. Stanford is atrocious. I bet on them earlier in the year. I actually bet on them last week against Pitt, and I'm scorned. So I'm taking them. They're going, across country to North Carolina. I guess it's an early-ish start, West Coast, like 12:30, and they're only 7.5-point dogs. No shot. North Carolina is going to whip them.
I like that.
Yep, good pick. Agree with that. I got to lock the Kentucky Wildcats at home +3 against the Florida Gators.
That would be incredible for several reasons.
Mhm.
My lockest of the week on that note, Ben, is Florida to win the game. Like, I don't know that they're going to cover because they could win like 11-10, but I think it's a lock that Florida is going to win the game.
Really?
Kentucky, the only team in the SEC Kentucky can beat, they've already played them, right?
Night game at Kroger Field, you're going against the Wildcats?
Man,
I'm not telling you
hurt
to bet on
Texas.
Kentucky. I'll say this: their quarterback is not terrible. The new guy, not bad.
No, he's
Cutter Bowley.
Yeah.
What a name.
you got to remember 3 weeks ago they took that better playing Arch to overtime.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a night game at Kroger Field.
They've been blown out by South Carolina and Tennessee. Those teams tend to always blow them out, and Georgia. But we'll see. I think that the Florida experience is over, and they're mailing it in. They'll have some guys play for like NFL tape and stuff, but those guys are in the portal looking around. DM and Lane Kiffin.
I was going to say they need to put together some film for potentially coming to the sub next year.
One of the guys has put stuff on film, but he's done for the year.
They've got like a few players that want to come to Ole Miss, don't they?
That's a rumor.
That's what I heard. I heard Lagway did. I just don't know that he'd start.
Dude,
Dallas Wilson. Welcome to Oxford.
He'd be a good role player. The receiver room
Lagway
at
would be
Ole Miss
good
is
if
a little bit deeper than the one in Florida. No offense to him.
Yeah.
Dallas Wilson would start.
Let me cook.
I'm waiting on Brandon to pop up, but he's not here.
Yeah, dude.
Coward. Okay, so
Just
Cutter Bowley, he's thrown 7 interceptions and he's been sacked 17 times. But Kentucky is averaging 3.8 yards per carry this year. And they are 112 in pass plays of 20-plus yards.
Are there good stats you have?
I'm trying.
get more of those stats.
Don't throw the stats out the window.
In this one. Yeah. You got to throw the records out.
Kentucky and Florida get together.
This is a classic rivalry game right here. Kentucky didn't beat Florida for like 30 straight years. Classic rivalry. Till Benny Snell or somebody like that beat them.
God, yeah, Benny Snell was there for like 9 years. I do. This is a good spot for Kentucky, though.
I'm not going to play this, but Alabama laying 9.5 at home to LSU feels
Correct.
low. That feels.
That's a weird number.
That is so weird.
Is going to want to score 90 on them.
Virginia only laying 6.5 at home to Wake, and Virginia's a playoff team.
Especially after Wake showed last week. God.
Yeah, but Virginia's going to get got at some point, right?
They have to.
Would surprise you at all if Wake got them? No, not
really. There was one more that I saw that I thought was just outrageous. Hang on.
My Virginia source told me that Wake will win this week.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Diggert's good, man. The Wake's not bad.
Cooper Manning's wife.
After seeing what
Ellen?
After seeing Wake last year, you can't tell me that team can get so much better in a year with zero NIL.
Dude, it's Dickert, man.
Yeah, he's a good coach.
He's a good coach. And Robbie Ashford is he hurt still?
I don't know.
He would do some things this year where I was like, all right, not bad. And then he would do some things. I'm like, oh yeah, that's why you're on your like 5th school.
He's like 31 years old. Like he should have had something figured out by now.
Yeah. I
can't find it. I'll tell y'all I'm not gonna lock this in, but I like Louisville minus 20. I think Cal's terrible, even though they got a really good quarterback.
Yeah, they're awful.
I
do have another lock.
I like Wisconsin plus 11.5 at home to Washington.
I like that one a lot.
Interesting, because Wisconsin is terrible.
Yeah, I know.
Washington is bad away from Seattle.
And it's another one of those West Coast team traveling
West to East.
I don't think that we appreciate how far they are away.
It's like 6
hours.
hours.
It shows up every week, man. All the ACC and Big Ten schools that travel literally across the country, it shows up. Like those teams tend to suck.
Before y'all make these picks, y'all think what's going to happen eventually is I know we have conferences right now, but we're just going to have like a league of 40 teams, and it's going to be back in it's going to be like NFL divisions where you have like the Pac-12 North and or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Should be Super League,
because this isn't sustainable.
Yeah,
travel.
Washington can't continue going to Indiana and Rutgers and Maryland and Michigan State.
Like basketball, I mean,
but that's
being
also
in the SEC. Nothing about our life has really changed. But
no, it's ridiculous for those other conferences. Yeah.
But that's their own damn fault. Like, why would they do?
Yeah.
Like,
No, I mean it is, but like UCLA, I mean Mick Cronin. I just think it's going to become untenable for coaches. They're going to complain about it so much they're not going to want to coach these places. Mick Cronin already hates his life at UCLA, right? You coaching UCLA basketball because he complains about having to go east, 7 times a month. Like it's absurd in these smaller sports. I can't.
Well, yeah,
you can pay me enough.
You're sometimes playing twice a week.
Twice a week. You couldn't pay me enough to play like baseball at USC at this point, right? I'm going to Indiana, and then I'm hosting UCLA the next week, and I'm going to Michigan State. Like, no shot.
Yeah.
Speaking of locks, Texas State minus 2.5 against Louisiana. GJ Kinney, some resume stuff going on right now with him. Might be trying to.
Does he low-key suck?
Maybe.
I mean, Does he?
I think he might. Like, they really haven't done much since he became a name, like a year ago. Check their record, man. Like,
Let's look it up.
not-
He went
Not
8-5,
great.
8-5. Now they're 3-5.
Yeah.
So
So he started getting hot, this time last year. He became a name because the carousel started to turn.
roster
Since-
turnover might have hurt him.
Yeah.
I don't know. His name doesn't come up a lot because he's like pretty much only operated in the state of Texas, but
Yeah.
jobs are going to open up because people are going to go different.
You got to hire
places.
somebody.
When do you make the decision I'm going to hire GJ Kennedy over a coordinator? Like, let's insert Pete Golding. I know he doesn't want to be, but you know what I'm saying? Somebody like that. When do you say, let me go get the head coach from the G6 program over the coordinator from the P4? Because there is a world. I know that there's a world where Florida hires John Gruden, Lane Kiffin, Jim Harbaugh,
As a
whoever.
coordinator. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's also they hire like Charlie Weiss Jr. or something as their head coach. And I'm only saying his name because I don't know anybody else's coordinator names.
Yeah.
Because nobody talks about that anymore. Used to, you would know every single offensive coordinator in the league and every defensive coordinator because like those are the next guys that people are going to hire.
Yeah.
And nobody does that anymore, really.
A lot of people are talking about Glenn Schumann,
Yeah.
head coach.
He's the coordinator at Georgia, defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Is anybody going to touch Florida State Clemson?
Dude, I have no idea what to expect. in that game.
I kind
Is
of
Norvell
I'm
getting ready
leaning-
to be cut
he needs
loose
to
also?
win. I think he needs to win.
I feel like he's going to stay around one more year.
He needs to win.
I mean,
It's easy to say right now, but
I know.
The only thing that would save him is just how busy the carousel is.
That's
Frankly, Florida State doesn't view themselves as beneath the schools who are open.
Yep.
Do y'all know Clemson's home games this year? Lost to LSU. They beat Troy by 11. They lost to Syracuse. They lost to SMU. They lost to Duke. Their home fans have seen one win this year out of 5, and it was
Against
to Troy.
Yep. We were
I'm
talking about last week. It's crazy.
If they lose this one, the next one's Furman.
locking it in.
You're locking in.
Clemson's circling the wagons this week.
That's a crazy ass pick right there.
I can get 1.5.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, that's a low number, man.
Look, they may blow Florida State out, but I can't pick
I don't think that's going to happen. But Clemson's still got dudes on defense and they haven't played well, but still got guys over there that need tape for the NFL.
man, I worry if they're even responding to Dabo at this point. I mean, did you see that video from the sidelines?
Yeah.
He looked like he was having a lot of trouble getting their attention.
Well,
I mean, this is truly like the suck bowl because both of these teams are bad.
they're used to him telling them that they should be playing for free while everybody else is making millions.
Yeah.
Hard to win a locker room when you tell your players they're not worth anything.
I'm just going to go with the home team on that one. Wait. Is somebody locking in Wisconsin plus 11.5?
No. I still liked it.
I thought about it, man, but I'm so bad this year. It's hard to take chances on bad teams. And Wisconsin
I have a lot of picks, I think.
I know. But the Washington being bad away from home is interesting.
It is. Tricky travel. Wisconsin's defense is actually okay. It's just that Wisconsin can't score.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, how good is UConn this year?
Pretty good.
They were pretty good. They were at one point they were 1 loss. I mean, they're not going to play with Duke though. They're 6-3 now. I mean, looking at their games, they have a loss to Rice in there. They have a loss to Delaware and a whipping by Syracuse. This is a different level.
What about a hangover for Duke?
There's going to be a hangover, but it may be such a talent differential it doesn't matter.
John Shire is going to come in and talk about Dan Hurley, and he's going to have the boys fired up. There's no way.
I'm just
I do
looking
have-
I'm just looking at the money line.
No. Avoid
Plus
that.
plus 290. It's hard to go into Pratt Whitney Stadium and win.
It used to be Rensselaer Field. I don't know when it changed.
Got that
Okay,
rock.
I do have another bet on the money, not a money line. Excuse me. I have Missouri State plus 7.5 at Liberty. What Missouri State? Zach, what can you tell us about their coach? Pretty good coach.
I was talking to him earlier this week. Young guy.
Yeah,
What's his damn name? I'm
blanking on his name. They just win games. They lost to Western
Beard.
Kentucky.
Ryan Beard.
Ryan Beard. He doesn't lose games in the month of October. Apparently, they're like unbeaten in his time at Missouri State. And I understand the calendar's changed in November, but Liberty's not that good. Missouri State's going to go to a bowl in their first year in FCS, assuming that there's not enough teams to fill slots because they're technically are not eligible. But Liberty's 4-4. These are not good. This is not a good Liberty team. Some of their wins are over UTEP, New Mexico State, Delaware, and Maine. That's their 4 wins this year. So give me Missouri State plus 7.5.
Fun fact: Ryan Beard is married to the daughter of Bobby Petrino.
I thought you were going to say Chris.
That'd be weird.
Is he coached under Petrino, I wonder?
Because Petrino was at Missouri State, was he not?
Yeah, that's right.
Well,
So I'm sure he was probably one of the
3
coordinators
years.
there.
Probably the OC. He was defense coordinator.
Yeah, I was going to say defense because Petrino has been his OC. But yeah, I like Missouri State. I think they're going to go to a bowl. I think they're probably going to win 7 games this year. And I just don't think Liberty's going to blow them out. Who is Liberty to blow out? Missouri State.
Yeah. I got one here. Can I get 10.5 SMU? Did anybody see that? I think I got minus 108, minus 110.
I see 10.5 minus 110.
I'm gonna lock that in. Boston College sucks, and I feel like SMU.
Hold on. Isn't it? It's red bandana, right?
Oh
Fuck.
I won't BC money line if that's the case. I mean,
Oh no.
I'm pretty sure.
Is it?
Yeah, no, that's basically like the NFL coach that smashed the watermelon that time. But they do it every year. It's just you're in trouble if it's red bandana game.
Is it though?
And just see the presser this week. Like Bill O'Brien's all pissed because reporters are like, "Why do you suck?" Basically, it's worth watching if you haven't seen the press conference.
Oh, it is red bandana. Gah.
Red bandana with SMU off of a big win against Miami. Now they get up and go travel cross country to BC.
Okay, flip it. I've got Boston College.
Hell
covered.
yeah. Hell
Just
yeah.
because of red bandana.
The BC
Wait.
is really bad though. I looked at that too.
Wait, I can get 11.5. Or do I need to stick with 10.5?
No, you could do 11.5. That's
There's a
115.
minus 115. Okay. Hey, that's the power of the red bandana. For
BC
real,
is
though.
1-8, and their only win is against Fordham. If they
What's their
were to
record
win
in
this
red bandana?
game, it's actually not probably as good as we think. I bet they cover a lot though.
They put up a fight last week against Notre Dame, but this is a little different animal. Like that's kind of a rivalry with the Catholic school thing, whatever. SMU, I think.
Northeastern, even though
Yeah.
Notre Dame's in Indiana. Yeah.
So 2014, the first red bandana game, BC upset number 9, SC Trojans. 2017 beat Florida State for the first time in 8 years, 35-3. 2018 BC defeated Miami. 2020 BC lost to Notre Dame, 45-31. That was a good Notre Dame team. That's national championship Notre Dame team, right? Or went to the game. They didn't win. 2024 BC beat Michigan State. So I think 4 and 5 is what I'm seeing.
Yeah, which for them is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Man, I'm glad you
All
said
right.
that. It's about to be screwed.
Let's see what else we got.
Where is Houston this week?
UCF.
Yeah, and what's in
I'll give y'all a sicko
underdog?
game. Ball State minus 2.5.
That played right now, right?
Yeah,
Right
I think Ball State's going to win. They already
Oh,
won that
dang.
game. Yeah, great. That was a great bet. I like that. I
don't have games right now.
Ball State won by 4, so I think you should have locked that one in.
Dang. Missed it.
17. Tell you what, guys, I like Toledo. Give me the alternate the alternate spread minus 38.5.
The Biff Sports Almanac coming through for Ben.
I freaking make my list for us to record yesterday.
Oh no! I mean, you're on the right side though. Just being honest, you actually didn't know.
Give me
they were up
Akron
4.
to blow out UMass.
Yeah, UMass is ass.
God,
44-10.
Did somebody take the under for like win total with UMass? Or was that last year?
No, I took Kent State, and I took under 1.5, and they're 3-6. So they're sort of live a little bit. I do have another one, by the way. I'm going to take the total in South Bend. I don't even know if this game's in South Bend or not. It's Navy Notre Dame. I'm sure it's played on an aircraft carrier, knowing Notre Dame's they schedule. It's under 56.5, and this is one of those games we talk about. I'll look it up. It was probably like 80 points last year, but Notre Dame's line, just totally different guys from what Navy normally plays. They don't face, again, I don't think Notre Dame's defense is very good, but they don't face teams like this often. And when they do, they struggle against teams that are just way more talented than they are. Navy doesn't play anybody. I mean, this is not Memphis's defensive line. This is not USF's defensive line. This is a different type of player they're going to face against Notre Dame. Under 56.5. The only way it gets there is if Notre Dame just can't stop scoring, and I don't think that they're going to do that. Let's look up Navy Notre Dame.
Did you lock it in?
Hey, I'm locking in under 56.5. We'll go to their
56.
So Notre Dame's won 7 straight. We'll go to the full games list page here and tell you that last year was 65. The year before 45. The year before 77. Yeah, I don't care. So either way, it's Notre Dame is gonna bump them this year.
I got I'm locking in South Florida minus 13.5 against UTSA. I think Golish is putting some stuff on tape, trying to get a job. And the UTSA big win last week against Tulane, going on the road. Trailer plays well at home, but I feel like the Bulls are going to get them. Anybody touching Nebraska UCLA?
Man, I've been staring at it. 1.5.
I know.
I feel like Raiola is a big loss. I mean, I think that's probably an understatement. The kid that came in last week after him, they didn't trust him to throw downfield at all. Worked the screen game quite a bit, tried to hit him on the perimeter. I know that now that, with a week of preparation, maybe he'll look a little better. But I don't – look, even with Raiola, what would the number be? 3 Nebraska? 3.5 Nebraska?
That's the thing. Like last week, I felt like Nebraska was in a good spot to possibly beat SC. But then as soon as Raiola went down, it was
it was over. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Does UCLA get up and win at home? I mean, it's not like the Rose Bowl is a home field advantage.
Yeah, but another one of those funky travel spots.
East-West. It's about as close as it's going to get for Nebraska, though, right? I mean, they're the furthest West team.
Mm-hmm.
UCLA, if they want to make hay at all, I mean, they got to do it now. They had the 3-game win streak, and then they just got murdered at Indiana. They had a bye week. Yeah. After this, it's at Ohio State, Washington at home. So, a winnable game, I guess, and then at USC. So it's like –
you got to win this one.
Yeah, it gets real after this. I just don't know. I don't know how much how good is UCLA? They obviously are coming off the bye. That's great. But how good are they now that the shine has kind of worn off those 3 weeks where they played, some pretty bad teams?
Yeah.
It's hard to say, right? They lost by 50 to Indiana, but like a number of teams do that.
Yeah. Indiana beats everybody by 50.
Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to lock in UCLA, and I'm going to lock in UNLV minus 4.5. Another guy putting some stuff on tape. Dan Mullen could be trying to get out of Vegas. Colorado State's bad. Tricky travel there, but at 4.5, it's not a lot.
Colorado State's bad.
They're so bad. I can't believe you're not touching San Diego State, Hawaii.
No, I'm still licking my wounds from Hawaii losing last night on the last second shot to Oregon in basketball. So I'm just,
Aztecs might go over to the island and beat up on Hawaii.
Look,
Sean
man,
Lewis
San Diego State's good. They're good.
Mm-hmm.
You think
Nobody knows
Dion,
about them because every game is at like 10:30 Central, but they're good.
You think Dion regrets getting rid of Sean Lewis?
Man, speaking of,
who is Colorado playing this week?
West Virginia, 6.5 point dog.
To West Virginia?
Yeah, that's all the way over there.
That's tough, man.
Yeah.
Give me Rich
right.
Rod. Give me Rich
I
Rod.
think Rich Rod's gonna run through him.
I'll lock that in. 5.5. I'm pretty much betting everything on the board this week, so I might as well throw another one on there. Yeah.
All right, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and lock this one in. I don't necessarily love it, but it is a money line sprinkle. It's lower than I hoped it would be. Wake Forest plus 185.
Okay, all right. I thought you were going
earlier. Austin, you talked about a team, got to circle the wagons. They can't play that poorly twice in a row, is what you said about. With somebody at the very beginning. They can't play that bad twice in a row, right? Wake Forest. This is their Super Bowl, right? They were looking. This is the smart schools of the Eastern Seaboard. They were looking ahead to UVA this week. 185 is lower than I'd hoped it would be. I'd hoped it was like 230 or so. But yeah, give me Wake Forest.
And let's be real, the class of athletes that Wake will face this week is much different than Florida State. Like Florida State sucks, sure.
Same people.
Yeah, but they still got athletes. Virginia does not have Florida State's athletes. I know Virginia beat them earlier. I know, but still, it's a different class.
I mean, also Virginia's right. I mean, I know they went up cross coast and beat California, who it's tough to go all the way out west. They beat UNC by 1 point. They beat Washington State by 2 points, which maybe I shouldn't. That's glass houses. They did beat Louisville, but every game is close. Every game, unless they're playing Stanford, every game's close, and somebody's going to jump up and get them.
They're a lot like BYU. Virginia has been living dangerously every game this season,
but like a lot worse too.
Yeah. Well, speaking of money line, I thought you were going here, Nick. Give me Kansas on the road at Arizona. See plus 164. I was hoping for a little bigger number there. But I don't get the spread either here. Plus 5? Who is Arizona to be laying 5? Kansas is competent, really well coached, veteran, decent quarterback.
Kansas, I was gonna say lost to Kansas State, but they dogged Oklahoma State last week. I guess everybody does that though.
Yeah. Look, Kansas's defense is not good, so they're going to have to win in a shootout if they're going to win. So maybe the over is probably the smarter play here, but let's throw a dart at the dartboard with the Jayhawks for 164. Y'all see any better number than that?
Matchup. No, I'm not seeing anything. Well, I see a 170.
Yeah.
On MGM.
Yeah.
We'll take that 170.
I'm gonna grab because I gotta get a money line in here. I'm gonna go with Iowa State plus 215. Cyclones could bounce back, muddy that game up. I would be shocked to see Matt Campbell get a win in Fort Worth. TCU's solid to good, but I think Iowa State can do that. Kind of like their brethren in the state. They can make games weird. So I'll grab that one, and then there was one.
I've got a good one. You guys are going to enjoy this one.
It's what, Mississippi State?
plus 280. Please mark it down. They're I don't think that I'd love for it to be north of 300, right? Because that's just a bigger number than 280. It's not as large as I want it to be, but State's right there. Who says that they just didn't know how to win a football game, and they finally were trailing by 17 in the fourth quarter to Arkansas, and they finally won a football game, and now it's like, oh, that's how you win a football game, and they go off and beat Georgia.
All right, quick. Can you guess the money line for Purdue this week?
Oh shit!
Who are they playing?
Ohio State.
Is it north of 1,000?
Yes.
I'd say 1,500, 1,700.
1,200.
You can get it at 1,700. You can get it at plus 3,000.
But see, what happens when you bet 100 on that is you just lose $100, right?
Yeah.
You're not.
You just don't.
No way.
No, there's zero chance. All right, my last
Plus
one.
1,700.
My last one. I'm doing UConn plus 290. Fine.
Okay, do it.
I'm gonna go back to the Fun Belt for one more total. Coastal Carolina, Georgia State, 58 over. No defense for either of these teams. Yeah.
Who are they? Coastal and who?
Georgia State.
Georgia State.
Yeah.
Over 48?
58. Yeah, this is like 35, 31, somebody.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? I think we got it covered.
That's it. I hate the card this week.
There's some like big marquee programs playing, but not all of them are ranked on rank. The early, it's like 11 and 2:30 is better than night.
Yeah, which is great because almost plays at noon.
Yeah,
like just enough that you're not gonna be able to really see anything.
With the volatility, the upheaval in college football this year, we're kind of robbed of some good games this week. Like Penn State, Indiana, coming into the preseason, we thought that was going to be a decent game.
FSU Clemson,
LSU Bama. Kind of sucks.
I will say this, and we can get out of here, but like the SEC has got to stop scheduling LSU Bama and giving it a night game before the season starts. There's a significantly better game in Columbia, Missouri that's happening in the middle of the day because we got to have LSU Bama at night. Ratings, whatever, I guess. Ratings are going to be large no matter what, whether 2:30 or 6. Stop just immediately scheduling this game at 6 o'clock. That's not the focus of the week anymore. It hasn't been for a decade now.
Yeah, they are force feeding that rivalry to people.
Yeah, this is such a manufactured rivalry. It's not like Bama beats them 70% of the time. Is that what it is historically?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like 65, 60 something. Yeah,
it's worse since the turn of the century. Like, aren't they like 20-5 basically?
Yeah.
They are. Yeah, smoking people, or I should say, smoking LSU.
Smoking LSU, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, week 11, not great, but not bad either. We got plenty of picks in there. Appreciate everybody in the stream joining us live. Appreciate people being patient as we moved it back a day. But yeah, we got Ole Miss and the Citadel this weekend, and then the next week will be an absolute zoo as Florida will be in town. Ole Miss will be 9-1, and you know the rest with everything else going on. So with that, that'll do it for Hit That Line. Appreciate Austin, Nick, and Ben. Again, everybody in the stream, whether you were on Twitter, YouTube, appreciate y'all, everybody in the chat. Y'all have a good rest of the week. Enjoy the game this weekend and enjoy watching all the other ones. Until next week, we out of here.